Listen, everyone.
Make it big.
We are so honored and excited because right now at Double Sharp Audio, live to tape from Delray through Arlington.
All right, you are listening to StageCraft on WERA, and today's very special Lunar New Year guests are Bat Fangs. We're here with Betsy Wright and Laura King.
All right.
So can I just share a little thing?
Overshare.
So once I saw you at the Anthem, I was like, I want to play electric guitar now.
Aww.
Oh, cool. I was like, shh, this chick. Basically, like I remember you had like your leg on the the monitor, and you were like shredding in my face, and I was like, holy shit, I need an SG. So I like went home and I was like telling my parents about the experience, and I was like, I really want to play an SG. Like I just want to be like Betsy. Oh my God. And then my dad pulled out his SG and he gave it to me.
Oh.
Did you know
Whoa.
amazing? Go Dad.
I knew he had one, but I never in a million years thought he would give me his guitar.
Is it old?
It's not that old. It's like from 2010, maybe early 2000.
It's not like a 68.
No, it's not that cool. No, but yeah, that's why I wanted to play SG, and I have the same feelings about it. Like I've tried to play other guitars, like my boyfriend plays a Strat, and so I was like, oh, I wonder what it's like, and nope, it's just like doesn't fit my body as nicely, but yeah, it does not stay in tune, but it's so nice to play.
Yeah.
The thin
Question:
neck, like you
what
said.
does SG stand for?
Sounds good. No, I don't know. I'm the drummer.
Super Gibson.
Super Gibson.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's neat.
That's
Little
cool.
factoid.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. I didn't
Don
know.
never lies.
No, I
Yeah,
never lie.
no.
Except when I do.
I saw you in DC the first time, actually, the only time I've seen you. That's going to change. And it didn't drive me to an instrument, but I ended up buying a really cool pair of shoes. You were playing at Doc Martin's store in Georgetown. And wow, we were blown away. And they were given, for a while it was an open bar. They were just giving it away.
Really?
So we were really
That's pretty
getting
cool.
a little tipsy and just really enjoying your gig was fantastic. And now I have a pair of great Doc Martin Chelseas that
That's what they wanted. That's why they did that.
It
That's why they
worked.
It worked. People were buying shoes there.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
were getting
I
them drunk, and then they would buy shoes.
I want to get like a Bat Fangs sticker. Just put them on those Chelseas because that's.
Oh, we should buy some stickers. We have so many.
we do.
Oh man, I'll be asking for them. But yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
the Nike van is going to back up the Batwings.
No,
it's
the
the
new
Adidas
Batwing
van.
Jordan.
Yeah, now it's a.
It's a big
Bat
Yeah.
Fangs or nothing.
Now it's duck boots.
We're
like we're in winter mode.
boots.
No.
You guys are going to New York, and well, by the time this airs, it'll probably passed. But March, you got 3 dates in New York. Do you have like a crew in New York, or are you just a cool place to play, or you people you know?
Well, it's cool. Like I'm living up near Woodstock, New York, right now,
Oh, I know that area.
and
very well.
we're playing at Levon Helm's like barn thing, and I've never been there. And,
At the Big Pink?
It's not at the Big Pink, but it's like Levon had his house, and he had like a farm, and his daughter runs it, but it's like a
Oh,
venue.
it's that restaurant. It's so, yeah, I've been there. And they have all the old equipment, like the Roland JC120.
Do they? I
Maybe.
think
I
I
is.
have.
It's
So
an
I
old
haven't
studio.
been there yet.
Barn.
Yeah, it's like a barn.
Yeah.
But usually they have more like country-ish or like folky, like singer-songwritery acts, and we are opening for M. Ward,
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
so like yeah.
For 3 shows.
Yeah,
We're
for 3 shows, but we're
great.
also gonna back him up on some of his songs.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, I mean, I don't think we would ever get the chance to play there because
True.
they're not gonna. They don't usually have like loud rock bands there. So
Where, in Woodstock?
yeah, at
No
this
neighbors.
at Levon Helm's like place.
True.
So
No neighbors.
so anyway, we're gonna play there, and then that's what I'm most excited about. And then we're playing in New York, and then.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because StageCraft is the name of this program, and one of the things, the impetus, the idea behind this show is trying to talk about, discuss how does an artist, you start with what? An idea. You have an idea in your head. How do you translate it into something that you can put across to people and that they can relate to it? What do you think? How does that work for you? Is it,
Do the words come first and then the music, or they come together at the same time? Is that what you're getting at?
I feel personally like when you play a show, like when you guys go see shows, you want to see bands having fun, right?
Yeah.
Because if you go see a band and they're not having fun or they're just not smiling, I'm just kind of like, oh, what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
So I think we just like to throw out positivity and hey, let's all have some fun.
Yeah.
This is your life. Just have fun.
You guys ever thumb wrestle
Thumb wrestle?
for money?
No.
This is a reoccurring
Uh-oh.
bit here.
Are you a pro?
He's so pro that he challenged
Semi.
Henry Rollins.
Semi.
Wow.
Who? Sonny Rollins?
Henry Rollins.
Sonny
Henry
Rollins.
Rollins.
I don't think he's around. His thumbs don't move too
Well, he
quick.
used to be
Anybody
around,
can
Don,
help
but
me
you
get
know
him
what
on the
happened.
show.
Yeah, they went down.
We will have the thumb wrestling event of the decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Fred had a great question. Where's the inspiration come from? Just doing, in other words, doing the riffs
Well, it's
and
like-
turning the riffs into loops and turning
It's
the
like-
loops into songs.
It's a good question because I feel like you can write different style. You can write so many different kinds of music. Like if I'm just imagining it, me play like the end would be, if I'm like, I'm just going to play this in my room, I would write something different. But I'm thinking for this band, it's like you have that in mind. Like I can see us playing it on stage too. That's the idea
In a
behind the
specific
whole
room
thing.
to a specific
Yeah.
crowd. And here's
to
what's going
this
to work.
Energy and like, let's do something that's fun. Cause like, so I have to have like parameters like that. It's like each band feels like a entity that has like its own thing.
Do you remember way back when you were young? Kick the skull and the crossbones, get high, have some fun. Driving fast in your neighborhood. Carve a pentagram in a tree down in the wood. Yeah, nothing could touch us on the other side. Oh, yeah, we were living in our world of the night. When you think about all the things we've done,
basically.
Can you share what the tattoos were?
Oh, it's just a bat.
It's a bat.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So you came up with your name right away.
Oh, yeah, we got.
we
Yeah,
did.
we just-
Well,
Can we have a look at them though?
Oh, we've
okay,
seen-
yeah.
They've taken pictures. They got
Yeah,
really
like
nice
so
promo shot.
originally.
Oh, that's so
it was
cool.
just,
Oh,
an
wow.
I have to take my
outline
shirt
we
off.
both had an outline, and then
Oh.
and then
yeah.
They definitely filled
Get a
out.
photo of that. That's
we
great.
filled them in.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did you?
God.
It's clip art.
Yeah, it was like
It's like clip
it was
art.
just this outline. It's kind of cheesy, but
But we were
we
like,
both
don't
got
put.
it filled in.
But we didn't get any fangs in them. We were like, let's leave that
Yeah.
out.
Maybe for another time. You get fangs later.
Maybe another time. She does have those fangs though. Where are those?
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah. She
Oh.
this is so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I
like
have
the
weird
red-
tattoos. I love pancakes. I have asthma.
She has a
Fangs. I love hot sauce.
We have a lot in common.
It's like a
You know,
still
whatever.
life.
Just an arm.
I brought my.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do have a history with all my tattoos, I think. Yeah.
I brought my emergency inhaler in case
I
you.
mine too.
Oh, awesome.
Albuterol.
Yeah.
It's the generic, so we can say that on the radio.
What?
I said albuterol. It's the generic. We can say that on the radio.
We can say that on the
Actually,
radio.
I'm-
That's fine.
I'm rolling with epinephrine.
Oh, that's severe.
Yeah.
You have anaphylactic.
Yeah. I
Something.
don't use it very often.
Yeah, that's scary.
But, you know.
We can't go one episode without talking about drugs, huh?
Sorry. Hard stuff.
The hardest.
Yeah.
Well, that's so cool. So what's like your songwriting process like? Because I know it's such a special experience to find someone who you can kind of just like hook up to and just like download your ideas on and they just understand. You know, it's like this telepathic sort of relationship with each other. So can you describe like what that's like between you two? Like how do you guys start writing songs or?
Yeah, we kind of like, just like jam a little. It's easy with the two
Yeah.
of us because it's guitar and drums. So like, I don't have to worry about like, you know, melodic ideas with anyone else or, you know, doing any other, like being in the right key or whatever it is. And then, yeah, she just, you know, and then we'll usually go our separate ways and then I'll work on demos and then we'll get back together and arrange. She's really good at arranging.
Yeah. Well, I think I like learned how Betsy like kind of thinks too when it comes to like writing songs, because for a while, like in the beginning, like, you know, she would be playing like chords and have a chord structure and I'd be playing to it and then she'd just go into the shredding solo and I'd be like, where are we? And now I'm like, okay, we're still there. Just hang on. And then it goes somewhere else. So I think we just we've got good chemistry. We understand how, like, what we like as far as songs go. And I don't know, it just works. Yeah.
So
That's great.
it sounds wonderful. And you're playing great big shows to an appreciative audience. What does that feel like?
Living the
When
dream.
you play a room and people show up specifically to see you and they go nuts. How does that feel?
Like
It's-
I always have been shocked every time even one person likes anything we do, and that I do or whatever comes to see. If one person came, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this person cares about this music or whatever. So if there's a bunch of people, it's like it's so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Do you have a favorite venue yet?
I like the 930 Club.
930 Club is great.
Yeah.
We like the Cat's Cradle in Chapel
Carborough.
Hill, Carborough.
We really well. Union Pool's always been fun
Yeah,
to play in
Union Pool
Brooklyn.
in
Oh, yeah.
Brooklyn is really fun.
Yeah.
The small room.
Yeah.
It's good when it gets packed. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you. So going back to the explosive energy that I experience, like at every of your shows, what is like your process? Like, do you have any pre-show rituals that you do, or like what's the headspace that you try to get in on stage to tap into that?
Yeah, it's weird because like we
think
haven't
it's
gone on tour for so long. We
Yeah.
just did like 5 shows. That was our first shows since in like whatever, a year and a half, 2 years
Yeah.
since the pandemic.
I
so-
think our nerves just get it. You know, if you're like preparing to play and there's a crowd, you're like, okay, we have to deliver. So I mean, personally, I get really nervous, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. I mean, if I didn't get nervous, I'd be worried that I was doing the wrong thing, you know? So I just
You
feed off
usually
of
do
that
a bunch of-
energy and
a lot of like physical stuff, like kicking and jumping
She does.
around.
That's true.
and
She
Some
does.
jumping around. you said.
handstands, headstands.
What you do?
Yeah.
Splits.
I like to get
Splits.
upside
Yeah.
down.
That's cool.
Wow.
exercises or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
We sing together.
We'll go into like a bathroom
Yeah,
with good
sing.
reverb and like practice
Really?
our
Yeah.
harmonies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is fun. I'm like, damn, we actually sound good. Sometimes. Well, I mean,
It's
I
easier
think
to sing.
Betsy has a great voice, and I haven't been doing that much singing in my career, and I think I've finally have the confidence
getting-
now. But
It's all about
it's getting better.
confidence. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's also
it's scary.
incredible that you can sing and play drums at the same time. I always really respect that.
Not everybody can do
Right.
that. Not everybody
so
can do
hard.
that.
Juggling.
Thank you.
Well, I'm picking up a signal on my radio. And then I'm staring at the red light on my stereo. I never saw you at the party because you're too punk rock to go, oh yeah. And now you're out there in the backyard on your headphones.
convinced that if you create your own spell, it has a greater effect on your life. But very many people don't have the confidence to do this as beginners. So I think a simple spell is to light the flame of a candle and to sprinkle a circle of salt around the area that holds the candle and you. And then write down on a piece of paper what it is you want to accomplish in a very simple statement, maybe a sentence or two. And then burn this in the flame of the candle, all the while concentrating very dynamically upon the effect of the flame. And when you have burned this to an ash, then you know that what you want is about to come your way. The main purpose in the practice of witchcraft is to generate within yourself a very high level of energy that will then carry you successfully through all situations. So the main point is to psych yourself up and reach some kind of an emotional, physical, intellectual high. And this is done through a very rigid, disciplined method of performing a ritual. The people who say they are witches, and there are very many thousands of them in the United States, may or may not be witches. That I don't know. I haven't gone through any special.
Well, I mean,
easier
I
to
think
sing.
Betsy has a great voice, and I haven't been doing that much singing in my career, and I think I've finally have the confidence now. But
it's all about
getting better.
confidence. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's also
it's scary.
incredible that you can sing and play drums at the same time. I always really respect that.
Not everybody can do
All
that.
right.
Not everybody
so
can do
hard.
that.
Juggling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird.
she's singing a lot more
Yeah.
on the new stuff. So I was like, listen, man, you're gonna have to do a lot of singing.
You gotta sing with me. You gotta sing with me.
Yeah. And
It's just more fun. I don't like,
Yeah.
when she's singing too. It's more fun for me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you on the your new album. There are a lot of like vocal layers that you added.
Yeah.
Is that mainly the two of you, or did you like?
yeah, I was
add
thinking the
other
same
people?
thing, right?
Right?
Like friends on. You know,
Yeah.
do you
Oh
have
my
friends
God.
or guest artists during those parts?
Well, I did all the vocals like after the pandemic, so I was like isolated in a closet basically. And she added some on, but I was doing, because I wanted to have if I could have had it my way, I would have had a room full of people doing it, because I wanted like a big gang sound and like guys and girls and everything. But since I really only had myself, and then I sent her and she would add some, but I put on like 15 tracks of me doing weird voices. Like I'd be like, oh, like trying to sound like a different person.
Yeah, different characters.
And it does sound like more than one person. I
It
think
does. I thought it was. Like
It's a
your
lot
friends.
of tracks.
No, it's
That you
me,
recruited.
and then she did
Yeah.
maybe 2 tracks on top.
Yeah, a few.
doubles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just us. Yeah.
That's cool. Did you like get into the mindset of any of your characters or no?
I would have to do really weird stuff. Yeah. I was like doing. It's like acting, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Method.
So
that
I
was the
like,
backstory.
Yeah, it was weird.
What's the backstory on Harmony 3 there?
Yeah, I was like a big dude for that one or whatever. Like, yeah, I was definitely like acting really weird. But I was like, nobody could see me. I was like in a closet. So.
She really was under a staircase.
Closet, yeah.
But some of those things sound good though when you get kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I mean it worked out, and that our friend who mixed like the record, we were just sending him in remote stuff, and like he just I felt so bad because I sent him so many vocal tracks, and I was like, oh sorry, I hope this, and he just put them all together, and he was like
He did a
worked
great
out.
job.
Yeah, he did. It was all him really. So
Yeah, he's awesome.
Who's the friend? Who
oh,
mixed
he's
for
our
you?
engineer.
Yeah, Mike Montgomery. He has a studio in Dayton, Kentucky, called
Did he do your
Candyland.
first record as
He did,
well?
yeah.
Because I know you did that one straight to tape, right?
We did.
And I was reading about how Betsy, you are a very meticulous person, so it was hard for you to not play to a click.
Oh yeah, we did play to a click.
didn't.
We did on the second one.
Yeah, so was that like a freeing thing for you? Like, okay, we only have one shot, so let's just have fun? Or was it like more pressure and you were like, let's get back to digital ASAP?
Well, it wasn't the digital that was weird. It was just like the tempo stuff. Like,
Right.
it helped me. I really like to play to a click because it just helps me like relax or something. Like, and I don't have to be like hyper vigilant about keeping the time. Like, I can kind of settle back into the click or something. So it helps me. And then I thought it just cleans everything up. You know?
for the second
So,
record.
for
Yeah,
the
the first
second,
one we
yeah.
were kind of just like off the rails.
We were
Like,
just like,
like
"Wow."
freaking out. We were like, let's record a record.
Yeah,
and
we-
we'd only played like
Yeah.
probably 10 times together
Yeah.
before we recorded. I don't even know how
Yeah.
we did it, but yeah. And I had never played with a click. I was always like playing in punk bands, just go for it, you know. And yeah, so there might be times on the first record, where it kind of like speeds up, but it's because like we're feeling it, you know, and it's just how it is. But for the last record, these songs, I think I did work with a click, and it took a little while to get used to, but I think ultimately it ended up sounding really good. So I don't ever want to not record with a click. Thanks, Betsy.
I know. I hope I didn't ruin your
No, it's
spirit.
it's good. It's like it's helpful. It's weird because you don't. I mean, you have to be on, but you can kind of ride it like a weird wave, fall back
Yeah,
into
you can
it.
kinda-
That's right.
You know,
You can get in behind it. You can get ahead of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You can sit right on it.
it's weird though. You don't want to overthink when you're playing, so
Not
you
at
just
all.
kind of gotta like just let it be there in your head. It's just something happening. I don't know. I don't have the
get
worst
used to
time.
it.
though.
All right, you are listening to StageCraft on WERA, and today's very special Lunar New Year guests are Bat Fangs. We're here with Betsy Wright and Laura King.
All right.
You don't need to beat nature into submission. Why be hostile to nature? Because after all, you are a symptom of nature. You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as spots on somebody's skin are symptomatic of chickenpox. But we have been brought up by reason of our two great myths, the ceramic and the fully automatic, not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't, you came out of it.
All up in your
Stay tuned
ear
for,
hole.
Chicken Man and the Flower Power Hour coming up later on
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock.
I have to say, WERA they have amazing programming.
Do they
Now,
not?
not just kissing
Yeah, they do.
butt.
You're listening to the number one
But
show.
it is, I was lost, and now I've found my station because it is like listening to HFS again.
You know, I appreciated the
listening to her.
solos. The solos, there's like space, like it had an organic feel, like you guys were taking together, like taking that at the same time. Maybe it was punched in later, but it felt like it was live with the drums, the
For
solos.
the-
A lot
oh,
of
the guitar
this
solos?
newest album, it felt like you guys were in the same room.
All the rhythm guitars and the drums were live together.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But
And then you tracked the
yeah,
solos.
because we
over.
actually like in February we went to the studio.
It's 2020.
Oh, right.
2020, and like we recorded together the drums and
It's
the
the rhythm tracks.
rhythm guitars, and then we were supposed to go back a few weeks later, and I was gonna overdub all the solos and the vocals, and we were gonna sing together and everything, but then we couldn't go because the pandemic started. So then that's why. So I did all the overdubs remotely.
From home.
I actually went over to a friend's house who had like a better setup than me.
Cool.
So we did all the solos in one day though.
Yeah.
And it was like 9 hours. But by the end of the day, I was like, I can't anymore. That's crazy. This is a lot.
We suffer for the art sometimes, right?
Yeah. No, it was
good.
fun.
It's fun.
Killed it.
Yeah.
I have
That's
a
a very
question.
Rolling Stones thing, to have the rhythm guitar and the drums drive the music. That's very Charlie Watts, Keith Richards.
Oh, is that what they do?
That is the rumor. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Who's
You gotta
doing the
structure.
vocal? I mean, who's doing the lyrics? Is it a shared? Is it by committee? Are you guys having conversations?
I'm doing them.
No, Betsy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the follow-up question, if you don't mind, what are we singing about today? What's the
today?
subject matter? What do you like? What are you writing about?
I guess like I don't know, like sort of what's in the sort of like keeping it. I try to keep like some in the spiritual realm, but then some in like teenage like fun.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of a crossover. Maybe it's because I did a lot of drugs when I was a teenager.
Wait, drugs?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, in between.
Spiritual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in between.
The right
Well, a
setting.
lot of your songs have like horror, like elements, like you said, spiritual, like Slide Cake Eye, you know,
Uh-huh.
like Bat Fangs itself.
Right, the name, yeah.
The name, but like you moved to LA for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that will influence some of the new songs that you write, like any of your time out west?
Well, I don't know. Like, unfortunately, I moved there like a couple months before the pandemic, so it was like I didn't really get to like do a whole lot there. I was like playing a little bit with like this metal band. It was really cool. And like that was cool. I don't know. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get to play with some other people and kind of open up my world and stuff. But then I didn't really get to do that. And then I was like, I'm gonna go back home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I actually spent a ton of time out in the desert. I would just go out to the Joshua Tree and out to the desert a lot. So
That's beautiful country.
maybe
Inspiring.
That's spiritual.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Queens of the Stone Age country, right? A bunch of other bands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep.
So speaking of home, where is home and who's family and who do you want to shout out? Is there anybody you want to say hello?
What's up, Mom?
All right,
Mom
yeah.
and
Betty Lou.
Arlington. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up up here in Nova.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you a Wakefield person?
I'm like an Arlington person.
Okay.
Yeah. Fairfax County.
All right.
Actually, then I lived in DC like most of my adult life. So yeah, and she's from Baltimore, so not far.
Oh.
A Charm City girl.
Yeah. I moved to North Carolina in '99, so I've been there longer than I was in Baltimore. I guess.
What town in North Carolina?
Chapel Hill, Carborough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good scene? Music?
Yeah, I mean, it's good music and art. It's a small town, this little town called Carborough, and I absolutely love it. There's some really good record labels in town. There's Merge, there's Three Lobed Records. I know there's just a ton of musicians, a ton of artists. There's just a really good scene there, and there has been for a while, but it's definitely growing. And I've found my place there, and I really love the community there, and I loved when I lived in Baltimore too. I played in bands, but I was so young. I was like 15 playing in bars, 16, 17, and I was just a waste case. I was wasted.
But you gotta.
I mean,
Bell's
no, what I was
Point
like,
scene.
music is my life. I grew up in Catonsville. I went to a private school, Catholic school, and I wore a uniform. I remember driving to the city one day after school to listen to a test pressing of this record that I had, and I never thought anything of it, but all these like older people were like, oh my God, there she is in her uniform. I'm like, what? That's who I am. But then I was like, going to all the bars, getting wasted. And then I like quit high school and moved out and partied for a while. And then I don't know. I just moved to North Carolina because I was like, what am I doing? Yeah. And then it just, everything kind of fell into place. I met a lot of people there and just I've played in a bunch of bands and played with some pretty cool people.
And you're probably like a lot of musicians. You're a drummer maybe by trade, but you play a lot of other instruments.
Yeah, I do. I play a little, like not as well as I play the drum. Like drums are my thing, but yeah, I play bass. I have another band. We haven't played in a while because of the pandemic, but it's like a punk rock band. I play bass in called Cold Cream.
Nice.
And then I play a little guitar at home, but nothing like really good. Like Betsy plays. She's like this shredder. One of my goals was like to learn to shred during the pandemic, but I didn't. So, I just like gonna keep playing the drums.
Did you learn drums in high school or just?
I started playing when I was 11, and I just I took lessons for like 3 months, and then my drum teacher quit. And then I had a new teacher, and I didn't like her, and I was like, forget this. So I just like would listen to music and play along to it in my parents' basement. I had a record player set up and a tape player. Yeah, so I play the records, play to it, and record myself.
So who were your initial influences? Who do you really?
Back then I was listening to like Black Sabbath. I was listening to even like Steppenwolf. I have this recording of me playing to Born to Be Wild, which is like my life theme or something. But
it's really cute.
Yeah, I love the Bangles. Like I was
Bangles are great.
Everywhere. Yeah, they were like a huge influence on me. I think I was like 10 and I saw one of their concerts on MTV and I was like, I could do that. Oh my God. So I just like had this dream. Like I just wanted to play music. I always was like obsessed with music too.
And Betsy, for guitar, who are your if you had to name three, who are your people?
Top three.
Oh, I would probably like Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, and Vito Bratta from White Lion.
Oh, of course. I thought you were going to bring up Whitesnake, but no, Jimmy Page is amazing. I was listening to Physical Graffiti the other day, yesterday.
It's become my favorite Led Zeppelin album.
It's tremendous, that guy.
Yeah. I know, it's like, they put out all these deluxe editions in the past few years, and it's like, I think Jimmy Page like remixed a bunch of stuff and also took the vocals off of a lot of the songs. Yeah. And then you can really hear all these guitars, because you kind of like don't notice everything when Robert Plant is making all that noise.
The arrangement.
Correct.
Yeah, and so and you're just like, man, it's like an orchestra of guitars.
It is.
And it's
really
it's like it blows your mind.
And then when you watch him try to reproduce it live on stage, you're like, well, oh my gosh.
He's doing like 3 different parts.
They got 10 fingers and 6 strings, or maybe, I mean.
Well, he was a session musician before he went into Yardbirds and everything.
He was super young when he got started.
Some weird recording, so we're like, that's Jimmy Page.
He knew his stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and he was, he got those satanic powers. From all
let's not
stuff he did.
Let's not downplay the Satan ick powers of Jimmy Page. David Bowie would tell you about it.
I hear bat wings.
Oh my God! Somebody show the bat wing. But yeah, man. I mean, Jimmy Page and David Bowie did a record when Bowie was young. He was still David Jones, right? You've heard this one?
Oh, is he on the?
Yeah.
And Jimmy Page
Until the Monkeys.
Oh. No, pre-Monkeys.
No, he changed his name because
of other famous.
David Jones. Yeah, that's correct. And then lest we forget Peter Tork.
And
lest we forget. Let's forget.
Why don't we?
Don, lest we forget. Michael Nesmith. I mean,
he's great.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And so circling back, Page had a rare occult bookstore for a time, like in England. So he was really into that.
Well, he bought Aleister Crowley's house.
Yeah.
Let's
not. And Aleister Crowley had left the portal open.
Correct.
In the house because he was doing some crazy ritual.
Right there on Loch Ness.
And then he had to like leave before the whole ceremony or stuff was over.
Wow.
Right.
So he left this portal open in his house.
Right.
And like other people had owned the house and people have died in there.
It burned down recently.
Oh, okay.
And lest we gloss over this fact, David Bowie was so terrified of Jimmy Page. He thought Jimmy Page was a warlock. Now, at the time, David Bowie is surviving on cocaine, peppers, and milk, right? And he's terrified of Jimmy Page. He's like, this man's a warlock after me. He's after me. And Jimmy Page was like, no, I'm your friend here. Here's a gallon of my piss and my fingernail clippings. You can defend. You can defend. Anyway, I'll shut up.
No, that's very important, Fred.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stagecraft.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have those. I mean, he's got something going on.
One of my favorite things was I was watching The Song Remains the Same. You ever watch that movie?
That's classic.
Yeah, I just watched
And
it
Jimmy
recently.
Page, he's got his double neck. I'm going to get up for this. This is an audio art. But
Where's
he does
Gio
the
when we
thing
need
where,
him?
Yeah.
He does a thing, and then he'll do this with his hand over the whole crowd. And one of my old bands, Rockwell Jones with Mike Barrett, we used to make fun of that. We would make fun of Jimmy Page, and he would do an upstroke, and then put the foot out and put it across.
Oh, little
So,
variation.
yeah.
You know how it goes.
Well, yeah.
Well, I saw the Yardbirds back in the 60s.
Oh my God.
And one of the roadies for Jimmy Page says they were unpacking everything. And one of the suitcases that Jimmy had, he opened it up and it's just all bullwhips.
Oh yeah, there were rumors about.
What's up with that?
Well,
Yeah, what is
Make
up
your
with that?
own deductions.
well, I heard he was into westerns,
Cattle drives and things like that.
Indiana Jones movies.
Cowboy?
Hey, maybe.
He belongs in a museum, though.
He does. He does.
I was listening to the bands that influenced you guys early on, and it reminded me of I was actually listening to a podcast, or actually a little short video interview by Jello Biafra, and he was talking about his early influences, and they were basically just went to the local record stores and just like looked for whatever. And I think that's a way a lot of people, I'm a different generation than you guys, but the record store.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody still remember a record store? I don't know.
miss it.
I mean,
yeah.
I was in Fairfax, and I go to Penguin Feather, and I would and I would just be. That's where I found everything. I would listen,
You'd be like, "What's
and that sounds
this
a lot
cover?"
like the albums he was talking about. You just find things like that, and it's kind of a great way to learn rather than just listening to the top 40.
Oh,
Yeah, you're like, what is this? This cover looks so
yeah,
weird.
I still do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this. Okay.
And that's what he was saying. He
And it's
said
hit or
stuff
miss.
looks so weird. Like when he first got a Stooges album, he was like, "This looks so weird. What if it's good? Oh my god!" And
And
it was.
What if
great.
it's
The
good?
studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FOMO. Yeah.
I was listening to your new album. Like, so good, like I said. But the very last track is interesting because it becomes more atmospheric all of a sudden. It's not that that anthemic rock sound that you guys are known for. And I read that the reason you did that is because you love the idea of falling asleep to records
Oh,
at
yeah.
night.
We put that at the end. I think that was something Laura said one time.
It could have
I don't
been.
know.
Yeah.
That was because she made up the sequence, so she's good at sequencing. So I think when you
It was just like a
did
good
the
night song.
sequence,
That's how I felt about that song. Like
Yeah.
it was the kiss goodnight because it was so sweet, and the end has that like
it's
angelic.
In your mind, when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
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 it's like a little more hip because like when you fall asleep to a record and then you're asleep and then something loud happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of sucks. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's kind
I know what you're saying.
yeah, it's kind of linear and just
yeah.
Or are there like any vinyls that you like to fall asleep to, or ones that you reach for?
Well, I used to always like listen to the Julie Cruz record, like the Twin Peaks stuff. And actually has this one moment, like you're asleep after like 4 or 5 songs. It has this one moment where there's this really loud noise, this total like David Lynch freak out.
Yeah.
And that always would wake me up and freak me out. So.
But you know, they say that when you're sleeping, the one facility that stays awake is your audio
ears.
Inputs.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had to look this up, by the way. It was the composer Haydn. He would write music, and like the Duke or the person who was his patron would fall asleep during performances, and so he intentionally wrote like a really loud piece that jump scare the guy. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I had to look up who it was, but yeah, Mr. Haydn.
That's a problem with a lot of classical music. It's hard to keep that volume modulated because they'll have softer pieces, and then it's like, holy crap! I was really trying to rest here. I know, but he doesn't know I'm using it to try to sleep too.
Yeah, sure.
I have a
That's my
question. Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
This is Q&A period.
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
You may
We're here to ask the question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've been playing in a band for how long would you say?
Since
Together?
since 2016. Yeah.
And where did you meet each other?
We met on tour. I was playing a different band. She was playing a different band that was opening, and we became friends. Yeah, we partied that night after the show, and then we.
What
just
town
stayed in
was
touch.
it?
It was actually the 930 Club.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Local.
what a room!
Yeah.
I went
What
to
a
that show.
room!
Oh,
The
for real?
Super Super Chunk X show.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Mac's solo project.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where we met. Is that
So it was like
maybe
2015.
One of the first times. We kind of. I think there was maybe another time we met before. At
maybe
the
so
Mitch
in
Easter
Winston-Salem.
show.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met at a festival.
Yeah,
We played. That was like one of the first shows that I had played with Mac.
but it was kind of like, hey, what's up?
It was like, yeah.
But then that night, after that show, we like all went out and hung out.
Yeah.
And then we kept in touch. But
How did I guess because you're from the DC area, and I don't know if you're still based in North Carolina area.
I am, yeah.
Okay. So how did you end up reaching out to Laura to work on the Bat Fangs project?
well, I was like, I need a drummer. I was like, God, I don't know. I was kind of talking to a bunch of different people, and then like, I just went out on a limb and I wrote her. I mean, we didn't hang out that much or anything, but I wrote her. I was like, hey, like, would you be interested? I just took a chance, like, and she was like, I sent her some demos, and I think she liked them.
Yeah, I didn't even know that Betsy played guitar when she had asked me because I had known her for
Yeah, I was
as
playing
playing
bass.
bass and X-Hex and and my bands had just like broken up and I was like going through a period of my life where I was like, what am I doing? And then she reached out and I was like, yes,
Yeah,
let's
I
do
was
it.
like, I'll come down.
know?
We'll play. I just came down there and we hung out and
Yeah.
we played. I think we got tattoos that weekend.
Yeah, we recorded
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We like
What?
It's meant to
recorded.
do.
We got
We
Meant
had
to
tattoos.
like a manic episode.
Really?
I know,
Yeah.
like-
Or dooms it.
So yeah.
We moved pretty fast as far as like recording. We were like, let's
Yeah, we
record. We
just,
just
like-
made goals and like
like a
made it all
manic-
happen. You know.
Episode.
Hey, hey, tiger, if you wanna find her, if you want to bring it back and beat the bad karma, be my little runaway, be the underdog, gonna sing about hope, baby.
Yeah, and then we drove to this awesome place that we stayed. It's near Mount Shasta, and it was like it's like in the forest with all these old railway like all these train cars, and they made each train car into a hotel room.
It's in Dunsmuir.
It is just
California.
the most beautiful place.
You can't believe what you're looking at when
You
you're
just
looking
can't,
yeah.
You got big mountains, crazy trees, the pine, the redwoods, I think.
Yeah, I stayed there like the first time I went there was probably in like 2008 when I was on the road with some other band, and we got there at night, and I was like, this is so cool, all these little like railroad cars, and then it's dark. I didn't see anything, and then I woke up the next day and went outside and was like, holy shit, look at these mountains I'm surrounded by. It's like snow-capped
Are they
mountains.
on rails?
Yeah. Well, wait, are they? No, they're
took
not.
They separated.
It's like a
them.
horseshoe, and there's like a pool in the middle and a hot tub and a restaurant.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and so every time,
What's it called? I don't know. If everyone should stay there.
yeah, if you're on tour and you have to go from San
gotta
Francisco to Portland,
Yeah.
So
Just
north.
spend the
good
night
stop.
there.
Yeah.
Is it
go
California?
That or Clement Falls.
Dunsmuir.
Clement Falls.
Dunsmiur, I think. I'm not sure, but
Duly
anyways,
noted.
yeah, this was awesome.
All right.
Final technical question, just because I'm a total nerd for it. What kind of drum set are you using? What's your go-to snare?
Okay. I am really into like vintage Ludwig Vista lights.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
Tequila Sunrise upstairs.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do? Oh, I
Yeah,
love
red,
that. I have a red,
yellow,
white,
orange.
and blue one.
Yeah,
Which
that's
I've
nice.
had for a while, but I have a few of them, and I just think for the type of music we play, they go with it perfectly.
Yeah.
Big and boomy. And,
Projection, they're like cannons.
yeah, they are. They're awesome. They sound so good. I tune them down like low. But as for snare, I use like a Superphonic, a 5x14,
Classic.
or an Acrolite. Yeah, so those are cool, just like student snares. You can pick them up for like $150 and they sound so good.
All day long. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like the most recorded snare. Like a month. It's got to be at
Yeah.
least.
A follow-up question. Technical, Tom. This is a technical question. Technical question. Like if you're doing a really up-tempo number, how many beats per minute? What do you like? lately, I'm at 220.
Whoa.
That was like bebop.
Funny.
Come on.